In a world full of challenges, there are incredible people making a difference, one cause at a time. KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. KFGO for a Cause shines a spotlight on organizations and individuals dedicated to positive change.
This is Amy Iler and Neil Van Dam on KFGO for a Cause. Neil, welcome back to the studio.
Good morning.
And Kayla Farahmand is with us with North Dakota Autism Center. Kayla, tell us the story of the North Dakota Autism Center. You know, it's probably hard to throw a stone and not find someone who hasn't been impacted or knows someone who's been impacted by the North Dakota Autism Center.
Yes.
I feel like you're still rather new to town. That's probably not the case, but how long has the Autism Center been here?
Yeah, we've been around since 2008. So,
Okay.
you know, but you start small, right? It was a small organization. We all started because of the lack of services in the area, right? We have our founding family, Sandy Smith. She had a son who had been diagnosed with autism, and really it was either, once she got the diagnosis, it was, you know, find services, but in the area it was either move or do something about it, and she just decided to do something about it, and it was a great family affair. Her daughters helped her, and from there the Autism Center was born, so since 2008.
Autism Awareness Day was just recognized this last week. When you think of autism awareness, everyone's aware. What is that action piece of knowing that we have people with this ability in our community? And, you know, for you, it's like, well, we're all aware.
Yeah.
What's the action piece?
Well, that's a great point, because it is autism awareness, but really we kind of looked at it more autism acceptance at this point, right?
Yes.
Because like you said, everybody is aware. Everybody always knows somebody that knows somebody, or, you know, directly linked to somebody that has been diagnosed with autism. And so it's really now that acceptance point, like what can we do within our community, within our house, within our schools, within our organizations to really provide inclusion, to really open it up to individuals who have been diagnosed in more of a open, supportive space.
Now, we know that you're all about the services, but let's talk about that acceptance piece, because the North Dakota Autism Center, while it's there for people with autism to seek services, you are also there as a conduit to businesses and people in the community to educate them about people with autism. So let's talk about that piece of it, about you going to businesses and educating our community.
Yeah, so we have this great program. It's called our Sensory and Inclusive Community Training Program. It's free of charge. It's amazing. So we go into an organization or business or anywhere really in the community that would like it, and we just provide a really high level, quick and easy training on how to be more inclusive. So how do you create an organization that's more inclusive from the get-go? But then also, if an individual who has been diagnosed with a developmental disability comes into your organization, how can we be more inclusive while they're there and be more supportive if they need support in some way? You know, what can we do? And kind of gives those employees and the people that work there a little bit more confidence in supporting them.
What do you usually hear from businesses that you do this training for?
You know, a lot of it, because it comes down with a lot of base knowledge, right? Just some statistics and kind of just some base foundational knowledge. And that, surprisingly, is what businesses we're hearing, is that, like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, it's a good information to know, to build upon. And it just makes you a little bit more familiar and a little bit more comfortable. And surprisingly, that's more what we hear from it than anything.
Yeah. I mean, we've now seen that there are a lot of organizations that hold big events in our community that will do, like, in a sensory, what do they call them? Like a day where it's like low.
Yeah, so sensory friendly day.
Thank you. I needed those words.
Yeah.
Sensory friendly days. What does that mean? We see the fair do it.
Yep.
We see other big events, especially for kids, that will have sensory friendly days. If you're not familiar with that, what is it?
So it's really great. So, like, we work with the Fargo Force, NDSU basketball. We've had, hoping to get NDSU football, but it's really just a normal game we have, but the lights will be lower. The music will be a little bit softer. We always provide sensory tents there. So, like, it's a safe spot for an individual to go, or sensory kits. So, you know, if you still want to be in the stands, we always provide headphones, but the game itself is going to be less lights, less noise, It might be a little the same crowd, so it's a little bit like that, but they're just trying to be a little bit more sensory friendly. And they're amazing. It's spreading like wildfire. And we're also running into organizations, Fargo Park Districts. We worked with them to put in a sensory friendly room, right? So a lot of more organizations are just, even if it's small, but it's great that the option is there.
Oh, wait. Is there a sensory friendly room then at the new sports center?
Yeah. There sure is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a sensory friendly / lactation room, but it works for both. It works great for both, and they use it for both, and it's amazing. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the direct services you're providing to. Now, these are the services you're providing to everybody in our community. What about those families who maybe, I'm sure, call you upon diagnosis and say, where do I go? What do I do?
Yes. And then unfortunately right now, even any of the facilities that provide services, there's a wait list. So, it's just one of the downfalls to, developmental disabilities getting diagnosed at a greater rate, which is amazing because there's earlier intervention. But with that, so they give us a call. We will, we do an assessment, get them on our wait list. We always say, check out other places too, because we just want you to get services. But, really, I lost train of thought there. That's okay. Yeah.
When they come to you and they ask you for these services and they're waitlisted, what is their next thing? They're looking for therapy, I'm sure, right?
Yes. So they're waitlisted. And again, we try to move it as fast as possible. In the meantime, we offer things like our enrichment center. So we offer classes every day, twice a day in the summertime. It's typically just really geared towards creating a safe space for individuals to come. You don't have to have a diagnosis. You also don't have to be receiving services. So it's open to the community. It's free of charge. But we come in, we have things like cooking classes, STEM classes, art classes. We partner with the Red River Zoo, Adapt Music, Plains Art Museum. All of those great organizations within our community will come in and hold little classes every day. So those are free of charge and anybody can come to them. So we love having that as an option for individuals in the community.
Would an individual be able to volunteer for you, like teaching one of these classes?
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I have this skill. Can I come teach?
Yes. Yep. They can reach out to me. And that we love that. That's the best way to do it because it's, we're getting these amazing skills from the community and it's helping, individuals in the community too. It's like a full circle.
It is, for sure. I know at one time you had a Lego club.
Yes.
Is that still going?
Yes, we have open Lego time.
Okay.
We have a D&D club, but it's on pause right now just because we have to work with the person that runs it.
Dungeons and Dragons?
It is, yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So, really popular.
Yes,
so yeah, it's just fun things like that.
It's creating this safe space for everybody to come together. Is it, I think about these clubs and I think are people who are using your services also bringing siblings? Are they bringing their family members to be in these spaces together too?
Yes. Yep. So we have siblings come all the time. Like I said, even not receiving services, we have siblings come because it is a great spot. Let's say you have a brother who has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and, you don't get to spend a whole lot of time doing those fun things with him in the public. So you get to come and it creates that safe space and they get to play and have a good time. So yeah, it's great. It's great.
We were talking about is people with children with autism don't get a break. Mm-hmm. And so being able to go out and do some of the things with their other children or in the community that they want to do, it's hard to find a babysitter. Can you explain more about how you guys can help with that?
Yeah, so we have our family support department, and really what that is that we provide a direct support professional that is there to basically give support to that family, and they can do it in kind of a multitude of ways. One where they're just giving, like I said, support. They'll come into your home with you in there and just, really help with your individual. They'll help with skill sets, how to unload and load the dishwasher, cook simple meals, morning routines, nighttime routines, everything like that. They'll be able to assist a family with that. And then we also have kind of like a respite program. So, right, like we talked about, you're never off, but sometimes you have other children or other obligations where you have to do that, right? You want to go to a basketball game because you have other kids, but it's a little harder to either be gone or, just go with everybody. So Respite will provide somebody there to come in and either stay with and babysit for you, or even second set of hands come with you to that game. So everybody can come, but you'll have support with that individual, and so that the guardian or parent or whomever can enjoy what they're doing. So it's really great because you're right, you're never off. You're always on. There's no downtime. Just like being a parent, but kind of just kicked it up a notch. But it's really great that we can provide that type of relief or kind of a break.
This is a lot of services under one roof. Mm-hmm. How do you do it? Do you need individual donations to make this happen?
Oh, yes. So like I said, all of our community programs are free. So it's great. Any individual donation is always amazing, and we absolutely love it. But we really rely on the amazing staff that we have. I mean, it's the people that work one-on-one with these individuals are amazing. They're absolutely amazing, and we can never thank them enough.
Yeah. I just imagine like all of the people that it takes, like the building alone, but this is a lot of people force that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How many people are employed with the North Dakota Autism Center?
We are a small, it gets a little busy because we have a lot of part-time workers, but
yeah.
I think we're around the 40 mark. And it gets a lot busier in the summertime. We have a little bit more because,
Sure.
summer schedules and everything. But yeah, we have a good solid around 40. So
that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It takes a lot of manpower and woman power to make this go and to provide these services.
Yes.
When you talk about the children you serve, are we talking about children under 10? Are we talking like what age demographic are we talking about?
Yeah, so with our behavior support services, that typically ranges from, typically you can get a diagnosis around the age of 2.
Okay.
We want to really start as soon as possible with that. Earlier intervention is the best. So we normally see 2 to, up to the middle school, around the high school. You do, these programs that the BCBAs put together are really tailored to the individual. So they will morph with that individual as they meet those goals, because it's amazing to see them. It's like bam, bam, bam. And so they are always constantly growing. So we typically see around that middle school ages where they graduate. For our family support, that there's no age. We can, I think we have some in the 20s right now. Normally, we don't see anything higher than that, but there's not a no to it. But
right.
We typically see from 2 to 20-ish.
I was gonna say, like, what about those new adults
Mm-hmm.
living in our community with this diagnosis that want to have a place to go? Is that like the next thing that we need?
Yeah, I think Red River Human Services does a really good job, and we have some, but truly, the services in general, we need to beef them up.
We need more.
Yeah, we need more. And it's great that we're getting there. It's just going to take a little,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone is listening and they have a child or a grandchild and they don't know what they want to do with their life. We need people in direct support services like this. Like, go to school for this.
Yes. And it's so fulfilling. It really is. It's something that you can just, everybody's appreciative. I hope so. They should be, because they do amazing work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, everybody that comes to you needs help. Like, you all become a family in that moment. You all become this one community. Mm-hmm. I mean, they always say it takes a village to raise a child. It really does. But you become that village to so many families.
Yeah, and we love it so much, and we're so grateful for them. They become our family, too. So we absolutely love it.
How long have you been with the North Dakota Autism Center?
Almost 3 years.
Okay.
Almost 3 years, yes.
And is it just communications, or you do it? What's your connection?
So I've kind of done a lot of different things there.
Yeah.
Right now I'm the director of community programs and events, but I, was a hiring training manager before this, and a hiring and training supervisor before that. So I've kind of worked in all the different roles, and I always tell people there's really been no time I've not wanted to come to work, which is amazing. Not a lot of people can say that. So
it's so true.
It's great. I love it so much.
if people want to get involved in the North Dakota Autism Center, they want to help. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this, it's hard to find someone that hasn't been impacted by this diagnosis. But if they want to be a part of that community, how should they do that, and what's available for them?
Yeah. So, well, you can always give us a call, reach out. You can go to our website, indieautismcenter.org. I would say check out our Facebook page because we have a marketing gal who's amazing and she makes some really great videos. But so, yeah, you can reach us that way. Like I said, give us a call. Either way, we can connect and we can try to get you either on our wait list or get you into our enrichment center or get you trained for our sensory inclusive community partner training.
Yeah. Or like if you have a building and you want to make a space for them, like call.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, please.
You just never know. You just never know, right? You never know. Let's put it out into the universe and see if it comes back.
Yes, 100%.
Because I'm realizing in this moment of talking to you, I'm like, oh, we need that next place for like when all of these kids like graduate from the services they're getting from you.
Yeah.
What's the next?
Yeah, some vocational training.
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah. You know, and I will plug like Mindshift does a really good job around here too. They're amazing. So we have it. We just need to grow those. You know, they need to grow a little bit more.
We need to grow the Autism Center. We need to grow these services.
Yes.
And I think is it really just because we're getting better at recognizing it?
Yes. Yeah. You know, like I think we might have talked offline, but autism is the fastest diagnosed developmental disability right now. And they're really trying to get, early intervention so that it's just growing. And I think we're just trying to keep up with it a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think that it's that more people have this diagnosis. I think it's that we're recognizing it at a more rapid rate, or we're recognizing it earlier. And like you said, the sooner that you can get this diagnosis and find these therapies, the better.
Yep, 100%.
The better success.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Kayla Farahmand, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Neil Van Dam, thanks for another great KFGO for a cause.
Thanks. Did we talk about